Welcome back to Body Talk. It's a podcast where we explore the questions you have about your health. If you have a strange tingling or a numbness and you want to know what that's about, leave a question in the remarks below and we'll find a way to make a video to show you what it is and what to do about it. So we had a viewer, Amber, write in about posterior tibialis and plantar fasciitis. Those are fancy words for the bottom of my foot hurts. It's usually due to some weaknesses and imbalances. So I'm going to show you a couple of exercises that you can do to strengthen the ankle. And guess what? There's a bonus. Strong ankle supports a healthy knee, supports a healthy hip and back. So this is a twofer. You're getting a lot out of these little exercises as long as you do them the right way. I'm going to show you the first one using this rubber band. You can buy these rubber bands anywhere. They have them at Dick's, they have them at sporting goods stores all across the country. You take that rubber band, you wrap it around the bottom of your foot, and you're going to gently push into that rubber band. Now you want to hold that position for about 3 seconds, and the important part is when you bring it back, smooth and controlled. That's what's called eccentric strength. Eccentric strength is the strength that absorbs your body forces as you use your body. So if you jump or you run, when your foot hits the ground, that eccentric strength is the kind of strength that absorbs the forces so you don't have damage at the joints. So just pushing straight down, holding for about 3 seconds, then smoothly controlling, coming back. You want to get up to about 20 repetitions. The next one, you just bring your opposite foot to be a pivot point. That foot's not going to move. You're slowly going to turn the other ankle in. Again, holding it for about 3 seconds and smoothly controlling back. If you see it being kind of jittery on the way back, you can tell there's no control there. That means you have no eccentric strength. Smooth and control. The next position is taking that foot and creating an anchor on the other side. And you're taking the ankle out. Now you're not rolling your whole leg out. You're just moving the ankle out a little bit. Hold it for a couple of counts, 2, 3, smoothly control it back. These are motions that we don't do often, so they become weak. If you feel any sensation of cramping, stop. It's just telling you your muscles aren't strong enough to sustain this. Working to about 20 repetitions, again with real control on the way back, smooth and controlled. You'll build up strength in the ankles. When the ankles have strength, you'll be helping the foot with the plantar fasciitis and the posterior tibialis. The next exercise I'm going to show you is a mobility exercise. And it's going to be one where you're lying down onto your back. I'm a big believer in doing this every morning before you wake up and get out of bed. So you lie down flat. The leg you're not exercising is going flat. The opposite knee is being pulled into your chest. And then just start to circle your ankles around, smooth and controlled. Again, we use our muscles in one direction primarily, to walk or to push a gas pedal. These rotational motions are muscles that are attached from your ankle all the way up to your knee. They're usually the ones that are weak when you have things like plantar fasciitis or a tendonitis. So 20 repetitions, directions one way and then the opposite way. Try not to see any movement at the knee. Try to isolate this between the knee and the ankle. Once you got 20 circles in each direction, then try some pumps forward and back. This motion has a lot of benefit, not just for the muscles, but also for your balance. The key to balance is actually in your ankle. There's receptors that report back to your brain, tell you what's going on. They get weakened when you don't use them. This is a way to wake up your brain and connect it to your ankle. 20 on each side, and then you're ready for the next exercise. I'm going to take you over to the wall and show you that one. We have a couple of little tools that you can do, but I'm going to give you some free ways of doing each of these as well. Most of the times, plantar fasciitis and posterior tibialis tendonitis are due to biomechanical deficiencies. Things aren't lined up right or muscles aren't strong. So the body isn't able to absorb the forces, and those muscles that are doing too much work start to hurt. I've got a couple of tools to help you with that. They help with the exercises, they help with alignment. They make it foolproof, so you don't have to think about it. The tools start with these. These are called sole steps. What you do with these is you can stand on them. If you have a standing desk, you stand on them through the day, but you can also use them during exercise to help you align properly so your body will strengthen properly. If you look at them from this angle, you'll see they're offset. They decline a little bit. That puts your ankle in a position that you can strengthen to support the arch. That arch on the middle of your foot is a spring. Every time you take a step, it's supposed to flatten out and arch back up to absorb the forces of your body when you're running or jumping or just standing. So these things are going to help you to strengthen that arch. It is a muscle. It can be strengthened, and I'm going to show you how. The second tool I like to suggest to people is called the Pro Stretch. This is a really good tool for getting a deep stretch in the calf muscle, the plantar fascia, and the Achilles tendon. They all are one unit. From the back of your knee down through the heel to the bottom of your foot is the cause of plantar fasciitis. When it's tight, it causes a pulling and a rubbing on bones, which can lead to heel spurs or other problems. The last one, this is one of my favorites. This is called the ELGIN, and it's specifically designed to strengthen that arch that we were just talking about. Your heel goes here, your toes curl over the front, and you gently pull back. This isolates and strengthens that arch, and that's a really good way to bulletproof the ankle to keep you from having problems in the future. I'm going to show you how to use all these, and there'll be some links in the description below as to where you can purchase them. The sole steps are placed on the floor with the low edge on the outside. This will line your ankle up to do the exercise with perfect alignment. You step onto these sole steps. Now you can stand here all day just doing work or whatever you're doing, standing on the phone doing dishes, or you can do a strengthening exercise by putting a tennis ball or a small ball in between your ankles. Now you squeeze that ball as hard as you can and lift up onto your toes. You squeeze that ball as hard as you can and you hold for 3, 2, 1. Then you squeeze that ball and you work on that eccentric strength by lowering yourself slowly down. By squeezing that ball, you're activating the posterior tibialis. That's a muscle that's really hard to recruit without the ball between your ankles. Again, you can use a tennis ball, a yoga block, whatever you'd like, but concern yourself with the slow return, the floating back down to get the eccentric strength. That again is the strength that helps you absorb the forces of your body. Repeat 10 to 20 times. Slow and controlled is the way to go. The Pro Stretch is a really great way to stretch that calf muscle, the Achilles and the plantar fasciitis. You put your foot into that rocker with the knee straight. You try and rock back and you feel that stretch all the way up to the back of your knee. You want to hold this for 10 deep inhales and 10 slow exhales. It's a really great way to stretch the entire functioning unit, the calf, the Achilles, and the plantar fascia. Now there's a free way you can do that and get almost as good results. Just put a yoga block or regular book onto the floor. Put your toes on it and lean forward. Keep the legs straight so that the toes rise up and you feel that stretch down the back. It's not going to be as an aggressive of a stretch, but you'll still get benefit out of it. Hold it for 3 deep inhales and 3 slow exhales. Then try and step your opposite foot back. Bring it back up to straight. You'll get a little bit more of a stretch. Another 3 deep inhales, another 3 slow exhales. This is a way you can do the same thing, save yourself a little bit of money, get a great result stretching that Achilles. The ELGIN is a tool that we use to strengthen this part of your foot. This is that spring, that arch that's supposed to absorb your body weight when you walk, when you jump, when you stand. You place your foot onto that pad, you curl your toes over that plunger, and then pull back. You see how the arch raises up? You'll feel that in your arch, and then slowly releasing it. 10 to 20 times. Pull back, hold it. Slowly release it. Now, if you're out and you don't have the ELGIN, you can strengthen it another way. Just plant your foot on the floor, try to pull your great toe, the big toe, and the heel towards each other. You want to feel that arch lifting and then relaxing. You can do this while you're standing in line at the grocery store, anywhere you want. That arch is a muscle. You'll only benefit from building it. You'll be saving wear and tear on your ankle, your knee, your hip, and believe it or not, your back. Pull back and hold, and then relax.